welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome to Sem's Journey. My name is Sem, and basically on this channel, what this channel is about is I'm trying to build my future life. I'm trying to attain financial freedom. My financial goal is £150,000 a year. That's like the amount of money that I want to make. Not as like a final, but as like a big goal. And this channel is about me just kind of documenting that entire journey, documenting that whole process, and just basically figuring out as I go. Currently, I'm at zero. Don't have any money, don't have any investments, don't have any savings. Like, I had a clothing brand, ran that for 7 years doing a whole clothing brand. I think in total 5 years with that specific brand. And I had to shut it down. Started learning software development a year ago as my like reskill up. And now I'm just kind of figuring it out. So where am I now? Course is about to finish. And in my last video, I spoke about how I've gained a lot of clarity in terms of the direction that I'm now going to be going in to try and attain that financial freedom. The path I have chosen is I'm going to start a business. That's what I did previously. It's what I want to do now. It aligns with everything that I want to do in my life. Well, yeah, there's quite a lot of things that I want from my life. Financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom, ability to just do as I wish, when I wish, be my own boss, that kind of thing. Can't get that in a job, really. You can only get that through being your own boss and controlling everything, essentially. The last video, I spoke a lot about how important it is to have goals and set a long-term plan, and how I felt directionless and how I made a long-term plan and how I made a roadmap, 12-month, 5-year roadmap, you know, just a roadmap to give myself direction to go in, because you might want to achieve something and want to do something, but you can't move and work towards it if you don't know the steps you need to take to be able to achieve that, to be able to get to that point. So in that video, I spoke very briefly about the business, about the speciality that I've chosen to go into. Obviously, I'm doing software development, but that is a super broad field, yeah? It's a very, very broad field. But the speciality I've chosen to go into that I'm going to start working towards now, I've learned the generals of it, but the specifics is I want to become an AI integration specialist. So through my studies and the things I've been doing with software development, around towards like my last 2 projects in this course, there's 5 in total, my big 2 ones. I start on the 4th one, I started using ChatGPT and learned, and like I didn't use it previously, and I started to integrate it into my workflow, and my goodness, it has made the entire process like so much more enjoyable in so many ways for so many reasons. But the main thing that it's shown me is how much can be done in software development and how much can be done with AI. Now, my specialty that I've decided to go into in my business is an AI integration specialist. I'm still not 100% clear on everything that entails. That's the specialty I've chosen to go into, because in software development, especially if you're starting a business or freelancing or contracting or whatever, you want to pick a speciality. Being general is, you need to try and find the specifics that you want to target, because it then makes marketing and all of that, my client acquisition, all of that much easier. So my specialty, as I've said, AI integration specialist. Well, what that entails is essentially getting super familiar with the different ways that AI, so in a business context, businesses that do well for business to business, as in selling a service to another business, is when you can create value for that business. If you can create value and solve a problem for someone or for a business, you've got something that you can sell. Now, in my case, it would be, AI is an emerging industry. It's very new. And a lot of businesses are very slow moving. And there's going to be a lot of people, there's a lot of people that don't know shit about websites and how to make a website. There's going to be a hell of a lot more people that don't know anything about AI. Most people don't really know how to use the thing properly, don't know how to integrate it properly. There's a very small minority of people that know how to use it and integrate it into use cases. And I want to become one of those people. It makes sense. It makes sense because it's an emerging market. It's a technology that's in its infancy, and is only going to grow, and its use cases are only going to get more. And if I can be one of the people that can understand it, that can build with it, that can use it and apply it and help people apply it to solve problems within their business, within their lives, then I can monetize that and you can make money from that. That is essentially what an AI integration specialist is learning, one, how to use AI and the efficiencies and the things that it can be used for. 2, how to build the things and building the things and the softwares that will allow the AI to be used. But 3, which is where all of my experience from moving to Mars comes in, is like how does this solve business problems? What business cases can this be applied to? Because if I can show these businesses, all right, these are the areas that an implementation of AI within your systems will massively improve the efficiencies of your business and get you better results. And I'm also the person that can build it. And I'm also the person that can implement it and maintain it and train your staff on how to use it. Yeah, that's an entire funnel. That's an entire system there where I can identify the problem, solve the problem, and give them the whole package from start to finish. And that sets up a future for a very prosperous business in a very growing industry that is highly in demand by basically everyone. AI at the minute has got a lot of hype around it, but if you can cut through that and actually show like the real use cases, then I think it's something that's very secure and very like future proof, especially for a one-man business like I want to do. So that is essentially what the process would be. It would be like, it would be, so right now, I've just finished my course and I know a general stack of technologies. Yeah, I know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python. Those are the main like just raw languages. For frameworks and libraries, it's then Django for backend, REST framework, MySQL for database, React for the front end. You do basically anything with it in terms of web development. But then on top of that, I still need to spend a bunch of time learning. You can't be an industry expert without your knowledge. You can't start a business in something and sell people a thing that's supposed to benefit them if you don't know about that thing yourself. So I'm like not going to be an AI integration specialist yet. That's the long term goal. So like currently I have to learn about AI, how it actually works, like how it works, how it can be implemented. Like as you can see, I don't really have the list of shit that I need to know just yet because I haven't even finished my course. I've got a bit longer on my course. But generally, I will need to learn how it works, how to build it, like become an actual expert, not just someone that just promotes fluff, essentially. I need to actually know how the thing works first. So the AI integration stuff isn't going to come till probably, so my next 12 months I've got planned out after I finish this course, which finishes in about a month or so. Probably won't even begin until I start building with the AI stuff, like, you know, towards the back end of the next 12 months. So that's the first step is one, like, you know, get the knowledge and really understand how these things work. Then the next part will be like, here's the business model, essentially. Here's the idea is I educate myself to become good at it. So I've educated myself in the base tools, yeah, which I can use to implement AI. I then need to learn and teach myself about AI, how it works, the implementations. Then I need to build tools using the entire toolkit, using all of it. And what I need to do is, my plan is to essentially learn by building reusable components. So an app that does this, and 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 all of these apps will have actual business use cases. So like I'll build a CRM dashboard, I'll build an admin, I'll build a CRM thingy, I'll build a, as you can see, not fully thought out yet, thingy, but I'll build an admin dashboard, I'll build like this and this and this, just all these, as you can see, not fully fleshed out just yet, but I'll build a toolbox of reusable components and I'll continue to improve them as my knowledge improves. I'll use them. This is why it's insane, because it's like, one, I'll use them to learn. I'll use these projects to learn the technologies and learn how to do it. And they will also, all that time spent building those things isn't going to go to waste, because all the time I spend building is one, teaching me. And then once I've built them, I can then later down the line, those will be the things that make the base of what I offer, the softwares that I offer these businesses. And these are the apps and the solutions that will be offered to businesses later down the line. And I will continue to refine them. So it's like the time I'm using now and the stuff that I'm building within this time now is going to pay me dividends later down the line, because the time isn't wasted. The time isn't like, you know, I just do the thing and then have to build it again and again and again, and then the time back here, the future use that has come from it is gone. That's not the case. It's like I'll spend, say, arbitrary number, say I spend 3 months building an app. Those 3 months will then continue to pay me dividends and will continue, like the time I put will continue to pay me for years and years, as long as the product that was built is the base and is the thing that I'm still using to supply businesses later down the line. It's an insane business model to me. I'll explain why it's insane, because once I've got this reusable toolkit, yeah, you've got this reusable toolkit and you continue to refine it. You continue to refine it and make it better. You then start finding businesses. Now, the channel of how I will get the clients and how I will get the business is still murky. I haven't completely thought of that. But the way I'm thinking of doing it is essentially building partially with this channel, partially with the social media presence that I'll build, because that's one thing that Moving to Mars taught me. Yeah, so Moving to Mars, I built up an Instagram following of 50,000, and it was essentially I was creating work, so clothing. I was displaying the work, and I was trying to show it to as many people as possible. And the people that liked it were coming and purchasing from me. Yeah, it's mass outreach for small conversion and like a product that will appeal to like a very small niche of a huge market. Whereas I'm kind of going to try and apply the same thing to here. I'm going to try and like show the problems that I'm able to solve, show the things that I'm able to build, show my knowledge. And then hopefully through like, a portfolio of work and through social media presence and various other means, that will act as almost like a beacon, exactly the way that the Moving to Mars Instagram did. The Moving to Mars was the name of my brand. Exactly as that Instagram did, because I see the benefit in having a social media presence. I see that benefit. So the process of how I'm going to acquire clients isn't fully fleshed out. I'm definitely going to intend to do some cold calling, and I intend to do, there's just a load of ways, but that's essentially the plan. Like that's what I'm planning to do. In the meantime, that's obviously like the AI stuff. That's the bigger ticket. That's the bigger ticket stuff later down the line, and in like a year or two. Currently, what I'm going to do is I can currently build a lot. But what I've got to think is, what's the thing currently? Because I want to start making money as quickly as I can. So what's the thing currently that I can do that is like templatable? Yeah, so I don't have to continually rebuild something new and spend loads of time. I can just, it's like a solution that can be broadly applied to a lot of different clients. Same like the toolkit idea, essentially, and can just kind of be repeated. Like selling, what I'm going to try and do is sell brochure sites. I'm going to try and sell informational websites to businesses that need simple informational sites, like tradies, for example. That's just one example. Dentists is another one. Like, I'm not going to try and sell to dentists, but I'll sell to like tradies. So basically what I'm going to do is, once I start my next 12-month stint, part of that plan is starting to build the business, and I will be trying to acquire those clients through cold calling. Essentially, I'm going to document that process here, and we'll see how it goes. Before I do that, I still need to like build my template. I need to get all of the things that come in place, like contracts and this and this and this. These are all different things that are a part of it. That's like the more business side of it. So this is what you got to do. Yeah, you got to spend time building those systems so that you spend as little time as possible on those tasks, and you can just rinse and repeat, because those informational sites aren't going to be a challenge. Yeah, they're the money maker. They're like the thing I can do now that can generate me some kind of income. Doesn't require much more in terms of skill, and I can do it. It's just a bit of a number crunching game, which I have no issue with. I'll be documenting that as well and speaking about the details of that once I do start it. But as I said previously, my plan is to, like, once I finish this course, I'm going to, one, build a portfolio site for myself. Two, going to then build my first brochure site as like a template, and then I'm going to build all the systems around it. So like the cold calling, so like the general cold calling script, vet a huge list of businesses, set up contracts and domains, like where I'm going to set up the domains and all of it. Just all these things that would take time otherwise. Build systems that I can just rinse and repeat to try and start making that capital, whilst continuing to learn and develop the whole AI side of things. And yeah, it's all a bit scrappy right now. I haven't got it fully figured out, but yeah, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just figuring it out, man. We'll see what happens, won't we? Right, so that's it from me. Bit of a rambly one, I know. The thought, it's not like everything's solid as of yet, so I am just sharing the rough idea. I am going to enact this plan, and I am going to become an AI integration specialist, and I am going to start a business. Whether some of the details change, maybe. They probably will. But that's part of the fun of this, isn't it? Is like the whole point is to document it and just kind of like see what happens. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've watched this far, then thank you. Anyway, bye.